Long Island Medium's Theresa Caputo reveals this season's most emotional reading, exclusive. Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. If you like the video, please subscribe and stay tuned for new videos. For more than 10 years, Theresa Caputo has been single-handedly driving up Kleenex sales with her series Long Island Medium. Fans, and even just casual channel flippers, are already well aware that each episode is deeply emotional. In some ways, the series feels like being wrapped up in a warm blanket while you scroll through old family photos on your phone's camera roll. It's warm and a little bittersweet, but the show's newest season, which premiered on Discovery Plus on Friday, is really poised to open the floodgates, even for Caputo herself. I just want everyone to know that I'm watching it, crying along with you. Caputo exclusively tells the list from a sunny living room in Long Island. Because in the moment, I'm reading, I'm working. I don't see the episodes before they air. So I'm watching them for the first time like you are. So I'm bawling my eyes out right beside you. When we sat down for a Zoom call on a chilly February afternoon, it wasn't too unlike an actual episode of her series. Like the rest of America, who have been stuck at home due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, the star has been forced to turn toward video chatting, not only to promote her new season, but also to film it. Long Island Medium. Their in spirit is entirely virtual and socially distant, but strangely enough, it led to some of the most emotional readings of Caputo's entire career. The pandemic actually presented a brand new opportunity for Caputo. Unlike seasons past, where she was more or less limited to readings in the tri-state area, the medium was able to open up her services to people from any location. This included celebrities like Rosario Dawson, Meghan Trainor, Carmen Electra, and Backstreet Boys' Howie Doro. I was still in New York, they're in wherever they are, and we'd still be able to have the experience, she tells the list. Brushing elbows with A-listers isn't new for the star. In recent years, Caputo has been hosting a number of celebrity readings, which pose a unique set of challenges. After years of dodging paparazzi and tabloid headlines, they're understandably a little guarded, but Caputo possesses a unique sympathy for those in the public eye. It's not hard for them to open up. Of course, we all know their names. But I don't really know anything about them, Caputo tells the list. I don't know anything about their personal life, what they've lost, how they feel, what they're going through. And I think that's what people don't understand as well. Theresa Caputo on channeling spirits through an internet connection. You'd think it'd be harder to hear a message through a virtual reading. But spirits aren't exactly bound by internet connectivity issues like the rest of us. One of the main things that surprised Caputo about working through the pandemic was how easy it actually was. As she puts it, Zoom was the one silver lining, and it quickly became the new phone reading, allowing her to share her gift worldwide. It still amazes me that, through Zoom, the emotion that you feel through all of the readings, that no pandemic was stopping spirit from delivering messages, she says. It was a little different because you don't have that physical connection. I think that's something that all of us are missing for the past year. But watching Long Island Medium and watching these readings, you don't miss a beat on the emotion and the feeling. And that's the thing that I love the most about this season. Theresa Caputo on this season's most emotional reading. Pretty much all of humanity can agree that losing a loved one is terrible, but losing a loved one during the pandemic is a unique brand of awful. The virus has seemingly thwarted every typical avenue for closure. Goodbyes are said over FaceTime. Families stand apart at socially distanced funeral services. It's made Caputo's job more important than ever, and There in Spirit offers a unique moment of healing for a nation that's collectively grieving. In other words, this season is particularly emotional, but it also led Caputo to one of her most emotional readings. As Caputo describes to the list, the reading involved a family who lost a loved one to COVID-19. They were unable to, of course, be with them, she says. They didn't know what was happening, and the departed loved one came through and was saying all of these things, how the nurse would come in, hold her hand, and tell her all the things that her daughter was telling the nurses to tell her mom, and the songs that you would play or talk to her and sit with her. She continues, I think that was the most moving moment for me this season because it really showed us how nurses and doctors, healthcare providers, they really went above and beyond in a situation where no one had control and nobody really knew. And to get that validation for that woman was really touching. For her to say, oh my God, I wondered if they did get the message. That's what the nurses and the doctors were telling me. But I didn't know. I wanted to believe it. IREASTYLIST. Long Island medium Theresa Caputo mocked by fans, and even her own son Larry for wearing ugly dress. A 54-year-old reality star posted a glam photo of her basking in the Arizona sun, but fans were instead distracted by her fashion choice. Theresa shared the photo with her 1.3 million Instagram followers as she enjoyed being in Arizona on her Long Island medium tour. Wearing a shirt dress made up of different colored checked prints, the mom of two beamed for a snap showing off her tanned legs and trademark platinum beehive. The unusual garment attracted a lot of attention, with even her son Larry, 29, commenting on it. He cheekily wrote, "You better give that picnic tablecloth back to the family you stole it from." Fans were loving the exchange, with many rushing to share their own opinions on Theresa's sartorial choice. One harshly wrote, "Terrible. Ugly dress," another added bluntly, while a third implored, "Please hire a stylist, please." Others were more complimentary about the outfit, with lots of her followers saying the reality star looked beautiful, stunning, and incredible. The reality star, who claims she can speak to dead people, shot to fame in 2011 when her program first premiered on cable network TLC. It takes place in Long Island, New York, and follows Theresa as she meets clients for readings. While the show focuses on her spiritual abilities, it also gives viewers a glimpse of her and her family's personal life. Theresa's husband, Larry Caputo, also made appearances on the show before their split. They were married for 30 years and recently divorced. Larry previously said, "Along with that comes the lack of communication, so it's like losing your best friend. It's hard." Theresa claims she is enjoying her newfound single life and has no plans to get remarried with anyone new. The truth about Long Island medium's Theresa Caputo's iconic hairstyle. Exclusive Long Island medium's Theresa Caputo is back for a new Discovery Plus series, but she's had to rapidly adapt in the era of coronavirus. Like most of us, she's grown accustomed to communicating over FaceTime and Zoom, not just to her living clients, but also to the ones who have passed. Long Island medium. There in Spirit, which premiered in early February, is almost entirely virtual and socially distant. But one thing hasn't changed: Caputo's iconic haircut. Over the years, the star has pretty much patented her voluminous bleached blonde locks. We've almost never seen her without them, save for a paper photo shot in 2018 where she shocked fans with some extensions. When the list sat down with Caputo for a Zoom interview, not completely dissimilar to the way she's been doing readings in recent months, it was clear that the reality TV star fully embodies her iconic hairstyle. Though she's boldly unique, she still manages to exude a familiar sense of warmth, like your favorite aunt or a close next-door neighbor. She's always unapologetically herself, which is perhaps what makes her such a great TV personality. In this exclusive interview, Caputo spills on her haircut. How did she land on such a unique style, and how does she get so much darn volume? Theresa Caputo isn't exactly sure of when she first cropped her hair into the style that more or less defined her TV career. All she knows is that she's always had a thing for big hair. You know what they say, the higher the hair, the closer to God, or in Caputo's case, the closer to whoever is hanging out in the afterlife. All joking aside, Caputo loved a good perm in the past, though today she's more about teasing. "I think I've always had big hair," she tells the list. "I just recently posted a picture. My daughter Victoria had her hair braided, and she took her hair out and it was all curly. And I found a picture from like 30-something years ago. My hair literally looked like a lion's mane. It's curly and I would get my hair permed like that. I've always just loved big hair. It's just me. I've always had long nails and big hair. For those of us looking to get the same coveted volume, hairspray is a virtue.